Here's where I am currently on the Moogle polystyrene drawing project. What I've done most recently during the early night hours is to work on the Moogle polystyrene drawing project a little using just these two ultrafine Sharpie markers. These are other hues of purple Sharpie markers that I'll use in the near future for drawing in the details and coloring in the wings on the back side of the project. Though at this time I can't help but feel that I'm missing a hue of purple. I've also started editing the July 11 my dinner video project in Camtasia 2019, and have deleted the rendered July 10 my dinner video project file, as well as the raw video clips and photos I used to make that video project file. After it finished uploading to my YouTube channel around 9 p.m. And later, during the early night hours, into the early night hours, I reviewed the audio and video of the July 10 my dinner video on my YouTube channel. After I got to the point where I had put the photos for the July 11 my dinner video project in order, and then the raw video clips in order, from both from earliest to latest, and had asked Google Assistant on my phone to generate a random number between 1 and 12, to determine what royalty-free music I would use for the photo part of the My Dinner video project. Which is the point where I use the save as function on Camtasia 2019 to make whatever day My Dinner video project I'm working on an official Camtasia 2019 video project file. I've also been sipping at a plastic glass of tap water. I recall I used that same plastic glass that I'm using currently to have tap water both during and right after the 30-minute HIIT workout I did today. Roughly from 11:30 in the morning to noon. I did the 30-minute HIIT workout today by following along the YouTube video I always follow along to. I didn't have any tap water during the first set, as that's basically a warm-up. But then I had at least a tiny sip during both of the 60-second breaks between the remaining sets, between the first and second set, then between the second and third set, and also during most of the 30-second breaks between exercises during the second and third sets. I had about a third of the plastic glass of tap water during the 30-minute HIIT workout, and then I drank the rest while I was cooling down, while sitting down on the floor in the kitchen on the first floor of my dad's place. On nearest to the side, pretty much right up at the side where the sink is, as that's the side farthest away from the refrigerator, which has plenty of precious mementos that I don't want to risk damaging. With my evaporating sweat. I was down there from noon to 12:30 p.m. Then I went back upstairs to my room at my dad's place. I went to bed around 1:45 p.m., having by that point done virtually all of the editing for the July 10 my dinner video project. In Camtasia 2019. Throughout the early, mid, and late morning hours, primarily. As I recall doing a little editing for that project in Camtasia 2019. During the first few hours of today, and also during the early afternoon hours. I fell asleep around 2 p.m. and then naturally woke up around, I recall, 5:45 p.m. And despite not having gone back to sleep since, I haven't really felt tired. And don't feel tired currently. Though I plan on going to bed soon to hopefully get back on a typical sleep schedule. As me and my mom have plans tomorrow and then the next day. And then I have within the next 2 weeks, a bunch of shifts at Wegmans that will predominantly be short and during the morning hours. I decided to do a 30-minute HIIT workout today at the time I did so. at the time I did so, even though my abdominals and thighs were still a tiny bit sore. But despite that, I was still able to do the 30-minute HIIT workout just fine. Had I felt it was necessary, I would have cut it short. But I didn't, and I don't really feel much, if any, more sore in my abdominals or legs as a result of the 30-minute HIIT workout I did today. Around 6:30 in the morning, I had with my first cup of plain coffee today. Three slices of the leftover kuchen bread. Kuchen bread my dad's mom made and then gave to him a little while back. Those three slices of varying thickness was what was left of that kuchen bread. My dad buttered and toasted those three slices. I recall sipping at 3 full cups of plain coffee, roughly from 6:30 in the morning to 10:15 in the morning, before I thought I had drank all of that pot of plain coffee my dad prepared. But that wasn't the case. At around 6:30 p.m., I had what was left of that pot of coffee my dad prepared. I recall it was roughly a quarter of a cup of coffee. I had that with a whole bag of pre-cooked and grilled chicken that was Wegmans generic branded, as after I bag open with a pair of scissors, as by that point it was already 9 days past its best by date, past its use by date, its use or freeze by date, and I didn't want to waste that chicken. Though I first tried two little pieces of it to make sure it hadn't gone bad. And those two pieces tasted and smelled perfectly fine. And the chicken was perfectly fine. I I had it with a little pouch of Scooby-Doo shaped fruit gummies. And a snack-sized bag of original crunchy Cheetos, which I had after I finished all of the pre-cooked and grilled chicken, which was lemon and garlic flavored, and after I had finished the partial cup of plain coffee. My dad brought home food he got from Romig's Tavern, and then made some lemonade, but I'm currently having both what's left of the almond milk he got from a local Aldi's the other day, and what's left of the chicken stir fry my dad's mom made at my dad's parents' place and then gave to him a little while back. Because I don't want to waste this, and this food seems healthier than what I just described earlier. From Romig's Tavern, my dad brought home a chicken finger, and other typical bar foods, such as at least one onion ring. I recall there were points throughout the early and late morning hours in which I felt tired, but not really too tired. I would describe it as feeling sluggish. But when I got to those few points, it wasn't that hard to push through it. Maybe just not being as efficient as I could have been while working on editing the July 10 my dinner video project in Camtasia 2019. But regardless, after a while, I stopped feeling sluggish. And ultimately, I didn't decide to go to bed until around 1:45 p.m. and didn't fall asleep until 2 p.m. And even then, at that time, I didn't feel sluggish. I feel me exercising, doing a 30-minute HIIT workout roughly from 11:30 in the morning to around noon. Roughly from 11:30 in the morning to around noon may have had something to do with that, and me naturally waking up after just a few hours of sleep, though maybe that is more as a result of me setting and using alarms on my laptop using a third-party website. I recall by the time I went to bed today around 1:45 p.m., I had just an annotation to edit before I finished the July 10 My Dinner video project. Finished editing that in Camtasia 2019 during the late evening hours. Then I rendered that video project file and it finished uploading to my YouTube channel around 9 p.m. During that time in which the July 10 My Dinner video project file rendered in Camtasia 2019, and then I uploaded it to my YouTube channel after checking to make sure nothing went wrong with the rendering process. I had an aluminum can of, I thought it was an orange mango flavored True Energy, but to my mild surprise, it turned out to be an aluminum can of watermelon flavored True Power. Although you're only supposed to have an aluminum can of watermelon flavored True Power either before or during a workout, at the time I decided to have that aluminum can of True Power anyway, as I did do a 30-minute HIIT workout today, though from here on out, I'm probably going to try to stick to what's recommended on the side of the labeling for those aluminum cans of True Power. I think I just wanted to ensure that I would stay up so I could fall asleep at a time where I would be able to get back on a typical sleep schedule. As of now, I'm currently 9 My Dinner videos behind, which is no change from yesterday. Here's where I am currently on the task sets for the current episodic event on Elvenar. I'm currently working on the next trader upgrade. Here's where I am currently on the tech tree on Elvenar.